What's going on, y'all? It is your boy Trev. I want to quickly talk about my journey a little bit. Not in any great detail, but over the past 3 years, since I started my YouTube channel, I guess maybe even a little before that, uh, started getting interested in cryptocurrency. I was following Matthew Perry and his channel, and we were talking mostly about stocks, and I was using that to learn a lot about stocks and about charting and all those different things. And he started talking more and more about crypto, and so I started getting a little more interested in crypto. And then when the Terra Luna crash happened, I mean, it was a huge thing, and I didn't even know what Terra Luna was, but I paid attention to all the things that Matt was talking about, and it seemed very interesting to me. It really got my attention. And he, right after the crash, to the dismay of most of us who were in his chat and followed his videos, he started buying it. I'm like, what are you, crazy? I mean, the thing's dead. It totally died. And he started buying it and buying it. And he turned quite a little profit. He was kind of smart about it. And so those kind of things kind of really interested me, right? About crypto, about how you could, you sometimes you just get a good feeling about something, but you catch things at the right time, and you can 10x, 20x, 100x your money so much faster than you would ever do with stock. And I'm still involved in stock. I think stock is a great thing for people to be involved in. But the exhilarating thing, the thing that's really a lot of fun, is cryptocurrency. It's volatile. It's dangerous sometimes, right? And I started my channel basically maybe a little before the Terror Rebels came out and decided that they were going to get together and try and kind of revamp or rescue what was then Terra Classic, or Lunk, L-U-N-C. And I covered a lot of different things. It wasn't just them. I was, a lot of different projects I was getting involved in. I started doing interviews with people because I didn't want to learn the wrong way, and I didn't want to act on wrong information. So I figured if I could talk to the people who were actually building the projects, and the people who actually, kind of knew what they were doing and could teach me not only about crypto in general, but specifically about their projects and where things were going, I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was a good idea. Also, by ingratiating myself to some people, by just being me, being honest, being upfront, not being the guy who would bullshit everybody and tell everybody just what they want to hear. I think a lot of people, it was easy for me to ingratiate myself to a lot of people because I came to them differently, and I showed a different side of what a YouTube guy actually could be. And, sticking by that meant that my channel was never going to grow. I was never going to make tons of money like some of these guys do. I was never going to get endorsements. I was never going to have tons of followers, because those things come to the guys who do the clickbait, and those things come to the guys who do the kind of gotcha kind of titles, and to the guys who will basically sell you whatever it is that you want to be sold. They'll tell you whatever it is that you want to be told. They feed into your confirmation bias. And by doing that, they feed on your hope. They make you feel good. And so those are the guys who will get tons of followers, because who doesn't want to feel good? Who wants to listen to the guy who's saying, well, might not really be all what everybody's cracking it up to be. Had you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Are you being safe with your money? I never backed off of that. And that caught the attention of some people, right? And some bigger people. And my following has been small. And my circle has also been small, right? Of people who listen to me, who talk to me, who share with me, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And by sticking to my guns through all these years, I've ended up turning down a lot of partnerships, turning down a lot of offers to be on teams, to head up marketing for teams, or to to be the official YouTube guy. I've turned down some money in order to do that, because I knew that to take those positions would mean, and even with the Terror Rebels, I was talked to about being, having things to do with that marketing. I said no. Being on those kind of teams and taking those kind of positions would mean that I would feel obligated to spin everything in a positive light. I might feel obligated to, back the team that I was on and push a narrative that might not be 100% honest and upfront. Because things a lot of times seem very rosy when you're first launching a project. Developers always have the best of intentions. But what I've found is very many of them also have that backup plan. They've got their exit strategy. If things go belly up, you're going to lose out. They're not. They're not going to lose what they put into it. And as a member of a team, I felt like I would have to hold those secrets. I feel obligated to hold those secrets, and that's just not in me to do that. Okay. So I've turned those down over the last 3 years. I've turned down plenty of them. And when I kind of left LUNC for a while, because I just didn't see it going anywhere. I mean, there's no other excuse for that, right? Just didn't see it happening. The factions were battling to a degree where I didn't see an upside, okay? Couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then LL, who we now know as Puya, came to me and said, listen, I know you're away. I know you're gone. I know how you feel about Terra Classic. But we're launching a meme coin. And, we've got some pretty good plans for it. LL is somebody that I had spoken to right at the beginning with the Terror Rebels. I mean, we would have long conversations. Same thing with Rexies. Have talking more than hour, 2 hour conversations sometimes, getting to know each other, talking about cryptocurrency, talking about Terra Classic. I learned a lot from these guys. One of the things that I learned specifically about LL was that he shared a morality that I have, as far as being open and being honest and being transparent, not blowing smoke up people's asses. And I think he kind of, I don't know, had an attraction to me because I was that. A lot of the Terror Rebels did. That's why I ended up doing, a lot of interviews with them. I think I did the first interview with them because they wanted someone who was going to represent kind of the truth of what was going on, and not, somebody, I guess, a little more mature or whatever. These are the things that they told me. But LL and I kind of, had a lot kind of going with each other as far as similarities. And so, hold on a second. Yeah. And so there was a familiarity, I guess. And when he decided to launch that meme coin, he came to me and asked me if I would be a part of it. And I told him no, I wouldn't be on the team. I just didn't. It was the same thing. I didn't want to be on a team. But I told him that because he was who he was, that I would help him in any way that I could. And I began to do that. And slowly but surely, I got sucked back into Lunk, back into Terra Classic. And not even necessarily for the sake of Terra Classic, but because Juris Protocol, as it became, Juris Protocol and even Rackoff at the time, their success was dependent on Terra Classic's success, and vice versa, I thought, right? And so I said, yeah. And I kind of jumped into it with him. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about that. My cat opened the door and there's just distracting noise going on out in the other part of the house. Anyway, so yeah, so I, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what you guys see that I've been doing all this time, letting you know what's going on with Juris Protocol, letting you know my feelings about certain things going on within Terra Classic, and it's really just kind of all about that. And over a year now, right, from Rack Off to Juris. For a while, we were kind of holding out on what Juris was. Wouldn't tell you, right? We had some fun with that. And then finally, it was revealed exactly what it was. And that was an interview that I did with both Frag and LL, where they kind of revealed exactly what it was as far as a lending and borrowing protocol. And we've come a long way. I introduced them to a buddy of mine at the very beginning who was a full stack developer and had tons of experience out there in crypto world with a lot of big crypto people and projects and exchanges and whatever. And so this thing is built and built and built to the point now where it's almost done. We're almost there. Things are going into testnet. I don't want to give timeline because I'm not sure that LL has kind of said this yet, but staking is imminent. I'll put it that way. I thought that it wasn't going to be released until the whole protocol was released, but it seems like it might be released before that. Much to, my appreciation, and I'm just thrilled about it, and I'm sure a lot of you are. And it won't be long before everything is in on mainnet and launching, and it's just out there. There's so much also happening behind the scenes that you have no idea about, and we'll probably get into some of that stuff at a different time, because there's something else that really I'm kind of leading to. So all along the way here, over this past year or so, I have seen LL and Frag and the team that they've built hold up those morals, hold up the ethics that I identify with, that I appreciate, that that anyone who I want to call a friend has. And I've seen them really just push and put their all into making something that's going to be successful, because any business should be successful, not only for their sake, but so genuinely for the sake of everyone who supports them, everyone in the community who owns Juris. And even if you don't, even if you're just in Terra Classic, they have stayed so absolutely true to the mission of being on Terra Classic and doing everything that they could to help Terra Classic and everybody who's involved and invested in it. I've just not seen any wavering at all. And so this morning, when LL called me and once again asked me, he said that he was doing some restructuring, and he had a position that he thought I would be perfect for. And he wanted to ask me once again if I would be on the team. This time I told him yes. And so this is my official announcement that I have agreed to officially be a Juris Protocol team member. It is the first time in all the time that I've been doing this that I've actually accepted somebody's offer. And the reason is because they're just a hell of a team. I mean, I don't know. I don't, whatever things you might be able to think of from your past, bands that were launched, or the projects, teams, that you can think to yourself, oh, if I could have been part of that team, oh my goodness, they were great, right? This is the level that I think has been built here. And yeah, have I been kind of on the outskirts of kind of a member of the team? Am I kind of an insider, putting it that way? Yeah. But to be able to say that, yeah, you know what? That team, that phenomenal team who did those phenomenal things, some of them, like I said, you haven't even heard about yet. I was a member of that team. I was on it. That's a humongous honor for me. I'm humbled to have been asked of all the people that are out there. And so, yeah, officially, DJ Trev is on the Juris Protocol squad, and we're going to be pushing some stuff. So not the Telegram, the Medium, the official Juris Protocol Medium, the official Juris Protocol YouTube channel. I will be, I don't know how to word it. I will be responsible for those, I guess, for doing some PR stuff. I guess I'm going to kind of take the lead on some of those things. That would be my position. I don't know if the position has an official title. I'm sure there will be one, but those are the kind of things that I'm going to be doing, which means I'll probably be spending, and I haven't been spending a lot of time on my YouTube channel anyway, but I'll probably be spending even less time there. But I will maintain it. I will keep it. There will be some things that we need to talk about. And my Twitter presence will probably change. I don't know. I've got to navigate this whole thing. I've got to figure it out, how I'm going to go about it. Because I really want to put my all into it, even more so than I maybe have. And where I've been very vocal about some certain things on Terra Classic, I don't know. I don't know if this might cause me to be even more vocal or less vocal. But my focus and my attention and my love and my appreciation is just wrapped up at this point in Juris Protocol. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to tell you about what's coming. It's going to be fucking crazy. You have no idea. And I don't exaggerate. All right, y'all. That's it. That's the news. I'm happy about it. I hope you're happy about it. Leave your comments in the comment section. Like the video. All those kind of things. I'll see you out there. Peace.